Alright, we are on the play with Rug Delver. We don't have a clock, but we've got some good cantrips, so I'm inclined to want to keep. Having two blue sources and a fetch with Serum Visions is a little awkward, because I don't want to get the third blue source, but I would generally want to fetch before using Visions. We're going to bite the bullet. Visions anyways. That is a pretty good removal spell. Don't need the fourth land. Don't have a threat yet for that Curiosity, so it won't be doing much. Our opponent is on Elves. Okay, we have a threat. I assume we want to play it. Probably slightly better than playing Thought Scour. Bit of marginal value there. And we're going to be very slow as we go about bolting this Nettle Sentinel. Because if it taps, we probably want to do it immediately so that it doesn't get a chance to untap. If it were a Mana Dork, it would have died on the spot. We're going to deal with that ahead of time. Whoops. Can't cast spells without mana. Perhaps something I should have learned before going this deep into Magic. Well, most spells. We're going to kill it because Nettle Sentinel, while it isn't an actual Mana Dork, is a pretty good engine card, and I don't want it to stick around. Plus, every point of damage is relevant, so there's that. Elves relies on a critical mass of dudes, so if we do a decent job of keeping those dudes off the table, we should be okay. Ooh, Devoted Druid. I wonder if they're running... They are probably running the combo. I did want to do some testing against... Ooh, Stubborn Denial transforms Delver. I wanted to do some testing against Devoted Druid Vizier of Remedies combo prior to facing it on Xmage, because then I would have a good idea as to what we should do before actually coming up against it. As it happens, you guys get candid, I suppose is the right word, footage of me learning how to beat this combo. So that should be fun. Snap Bolt is 100% what we want to do. It's the reason I declined Thought Scouring away the Stubborn Denial, although I suppose Denial ain't bad. I believe Heritage Druid is a very good target for Snap Bolt. Makes a lot of mana. We can't shut down Dwynen's Elite completely. We can take out the Heritage Druid to stop them from doing anything else this turn, so that's what we'll do. Of course, they do have Devoted Druid, which is certainly unfortunate, but I believe we want to deal with the actual Elves piece, as opposed to the arbitrary combo thrown in there. They will still get their extra Elves. They get the free token. Couldn't get rid of all of their Elves. And Llanowar Elves off of the Druid. It's annoying, but what can you do? Elves is known for its explosiveness, and we can't do a great job of fighting that pre-board. Traverse is not on, but as soon as Snapcaster dies, it will be. At which point we might just tutor out another Snapcaster Mage. I believe I want Snapcaster to be back to block, in case they don't have Trample or Forest Walk. They only have 2 cards in hand, so that's nice. It's possible we should have held up all of the mana instead of Thought Scouring so that we could Simic Charm, Stubborn Denial, a Collected Company, or a Court of Calling. Stubborn Denial alone won't do anything, given that they can make 1, 2 if they use it twice, 3, 6, 7 mana. without something along the lines of a heritage druid. There's a collected company that I theoretically could have countered. In this spot, we cannot. We also can't Thought Scour into any action, so I think we just have to let it resolve and hope it's bad. Not a very high chance of Coco being bad when the opponent builds around it. Hey, look, is that Forest Walk and Trample? Not Forest Walk, it's Champion that gives Forest Walk. Okay, that could be worse. Azuri is a problem. They have access to 1, 2, 3. That doesn't have the ability to tap currently, so they have access to 3 mana. I don't believe we're going to be able to kill them in time. They're going for their 3. Did I miscount? 1 off of Druid, 1 off of Temple Garden, 1 off of the Elves. Neither of these produce mana. That's fine. Oh, it's just another Dwynen's Elite. I believe we let that resolve and then we bounce Azuri. I think we just have to bottleneck them on mana for long enough that somehow Delver kills them. I realize that's nigh impossible, but it's what we have to do. If we block with the Snapcaster Mage, instead of taking 3 traverse turns on, we could traverse out a Fatty. Probably not great. They spend 3 to cast Azuri. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Archdruid will be online. We need to bounce the Archdruid. We bounce the Archdruid now, and then we can traverse if we block with the Snapcaster Mage. Good traverse targets are Goyf. I think end of list. 3 card types in our yard. They'll probably have the same 4. They will. We'll have a 4/5. I think I want to make that block. Return target creature, the Archdruid, to try to cut them down on mana. Bouncing Azuri will do very little with this Archdruid in play. I should have done that beforehand, but it still works. Dwynen Elite still died due to state-based actions. Okay. Traverse out a Mandrills, play the Mandrills, play a Delver. Attack with Delver. Alternatively, we traverse out Mandrills, play Mandrills, hold up Stubborn Denial. How much damage are we taking next turn? On board. 5 mana to activate Azuri. They absolutely can. If we had a land and more interaction in the graveyard, we can't go traverse Snap Simic Charm even if we drew a land. I'm trying to figure out a way we don't die. Thought Scour for stuff. They can regenerate other elves, but they can't regenerate Azuri. I think we are actually stuck on Thought Scour, Dig for Bolt, or Tarfire. Because if they untap, they have enough mana to activate Azuri. That is +3/+3. At least they can only do it once. That's good. 4, 5, 6. 6 mana. Yeah, they can only do it once, so maybe we go for 1 more turn. We're going to traverse out a Mandrills and play it. It doesn't matter which green source we use. Traverse Hooting Mandrills. It's possible that we still die to Azuri Trample. 1, 2, get rid of that. Serum Visions and Snapcaster Mage. Simic Charm seems more valuable. Oh, second traverse was scoured. I did not notice. It's possible we still die to Azuri giving Trample. This is a 1/1. This is a -1/1. But it only gives +3/+3. So it could be worse. We're at 15. Trample's bad. 2, 4, 8. No, I can't add. 2 plus 4 plus 4. They didn't attack with the Druid. It looks like they're swinging everything and then doing... Am I just dead? Mandrills probably needs to block a 1/1 to trade with it. We are facing 4, 8, 13, 13 and 5, 18 and 4, 22. Yeah, we're dead. So we should have dug deeper. We're just going to soak up as much damage as we can. May as well offer the Azuri trade if they do nothing. I think we should have just dug for a bolt effect. Because playing out our hand gets us killed, and they know we get killed. So I believe going for the slim chance that we find a bolt effect and kill Azuri immediately is actually what we want there. Something to learn for next time. Elves boards in a non-zero number of enchantments and artifacts. Huntmaster's good. Pyroclasm's good. Blood Moon's awful. Explosives could be slow. Maybe we'll start with 1. Mountain seems excellent. Vapor Snag slows them down. Snapcaster seems good. Renegade seems bad against Trample. Probably cut a Mandrills. Some Scours. We don't want to be all in on the Mandrills plan. I want to interact and then slam a Huntmaster. Curiosity can probably go. Spreading Seas seems pretty bad against a deck that has that many mana dorks. Maybe we cut Simic Charm, maybe we cut Shoal. We cut those blue cards. Shoal's best thing here is to counter a 1 CMC spell. Snare isn't that bad because they do run 2 drops. Devoted Druid, probably Vizier, however you pronounce that, of Remedies. Although we didn't see any white producing lands. So maybe they don't. At least it counters Dwynen's Elite. We might want Ancient Grudge, Vapor Snag, second Explosives, possibly a Thought Scour, Hooting Mandrills back. Is Spell Snare better than these? Maybe. Just maybe. I think Simic Charm's better than Vapor Snag here. Do I cut a Mana Leak? Mana Leak seems pretty good. Denial, I like. I even kind of like the 1 of Explosives. Let's take out the Curiosity for Vapor Snag. And I don't think I want the second Explosives. Seems a little slow. Takes out a decent chunk of their board. But they do have a lot of varying costs, so I don't think it's going to be a massive blowout, although it will be certainly helpful. Ancient Grudge I don't really want as much as Revelry because I don't know how many artifacts, enchantments they'll be playing. On the play again, I think this is good. We have no blue mana, although we can play Goyfs and Pyroclasm. I don't think that's enough, especially when Pyroclasm kills Goyf. This will keep. We have lands. We plan on casting some expensive spells. Bottom that, we have Goyf. Mana Leak. We probably go with Mana Leak before Goyf, because we want to be interacting here. That's fine, although unfortunate. I don't think we go to 5 with that hand. There's our 4-drop. I didn't fetch, but that's probably okay. I really need to work on that. I'm absolutely terrible for not fetching. The second Mana Dork I think we let slide because they're already in Mana Ramp mode. That I'm more willing to counter. Now we could just get basics here. How much does that matter? The 2 life is certainly relevant, but we can just go Island Mountain and then grab a forest off of Misty. I think I'm going to do that, because at this point, If I had fetched when I should have, then you obviously get a shock. But having not fetched when I should have, I think it's pretty okay to just get what doesn't deal damage to us. Go to us, we don't actually have anything, because at this point we either take 2 damage that we probably don't have to take, or we don't. Obviously prior I should have gotten the fetch land 100%. We don't have the thing that we're pretending to have. No denials in hand. No dispels. No dispels in the deck. But, you know, that's a thing. Uzuri and Dwynen's lead is pretty good. I kind of want to attack into the Uzuri. I definitely want to shock and play Huntmaster. Hopefully Huntmaster can save the day. Attacking with Goyf is a little subpar, but if they have a land drop, we're not really blocking because trample. Of course, there's also the fact that they missed one land drop because we were on the play. They only missed 1, and they don't have any mana dorks, so you know what? We actually have pretty good blocks. On the other hand, I want to get damage in, because we need to clock them a lot faster than Huntmaster transformations will do. So let's get in there. They found the land. This is probably a big swing. Excuse me. We take 4, 8. No, we don't take anything off of these guys because they have to tap for mana. 5, 10, 14 trampling power coming across. Uzuri's really good. Of course, if they do that, they have to tap out and not cast spells, which means Huntmaster kills Uzuri off the transformation, which is pretty nice. So it's actually kind of really hard for them to do that. And I like that a lot, because I would just go down to 3 and start shooting elves. So that's good for us. I believe... Now, what we can do here is force their hand, and I kind of like that. We'll end up at 5 if they go for it, and we kill Uzuri if they don't, which means they basically have to do it. I don't know if they would do it regardlessly to put us down to 3, but I like making them let Huntmaster transform. 2 at you, 2 at Uzuri. Let's deal with that. We drew Delver, which is good because Huntmaster will transform back. I like playing Goyfs before I play Mandrills because graveyard sequencing. The OG Goyf is going to get in. Probably Huntmaster 2 because I'm unlikely to want to block with it, given that it will transform back. Go to us, gain life, make token. Excuse me. And we'll just continue to hold up that random bit of mana, which really isn't relevant because we didn't play the Mandrills, so we didn't go out of our way to hold up that mana. When you cast a Mandrills and you delve less than you could, or rather you delve more than you need to cast it so that you can pretend to hold up spells, then that's more relevant. All our opponents saw us do was play a 2-drop and a 1-drop. So the fact that we have mana up isn't really any one way or the other. If we had fetched properly... No, we still end up taking the 2 off of the Steam Vents. I'm trying to figure out... Well, no, if we fetched properly, we could have we would have gotten a shock off of the mountain. Excuse me, that's the door. I'll be right back. We are back from answering the door, and fortunately, even though I left Xmage to do its thing with our opponent, they're taking a nice long time to decide on their chord. So we didn't actually miss anything. Scavenging Ooze is good. Scavenging Ooze is very good. One creature, I believe, in the bin. Oh no, Dwynen's elite. So they have a 4/4 Scooze, and Goyf's shrunk. Don't really want to reveal off of Delver. We don't have good attacks, so we're not going to attack. Don't want to give Scooze more food. Playing Delver is somewhat good because it speeds up our clock if we have a flip. Not playing Delver is also somewhat good because Huntmaster shoots an elf. I think we're just going... If we work on managing their board, Scavenging Ooze gets bigger and they gain life. But I think that's better for us than letting them get a big board and trample over us. So I do think we do that anyways, even though Scooze will get bigger. Holy Archdruid, that's bad. That makes me happy that I'm managing the board. Very happy. As long as our opponent doesn't have good attacks, we should be okay. Delver transforms, we'll play 2 spells. Probably start with the Serum Visions, although we could just... I don't really want to delve away our graveyard because that's going to make the Goyfs worse. We'll start here. We're not going to attack with Ravager because attacks aren't great. Do I want to use this Pyroclasm? Quite possibly. I'm a little sad that we don't have all the blue. We probably would if we had fetched a shock. I don't think I want the 3rd Goyf under Scooze's reign. But Pyroclasm looks interesting, especially if they don't draw a spell, because Ravager will be a Ravager again by the time we go to cast it. What spell do I want to cast? Mandrills. We cast Mandrills, we hold up Leak. Even though Leak is unlikely to be good, who knows? Actually, Leak is going to be straight up terrible. We could cancel the Mandrills, show them that we have it, and play Delver. How good's that? Could speed up the clock. We know for a fact that there is a Pyroclasm on top, so we're going to play Delver. Even though we let them know that there is a Mandrills in our hand, that's okay. None of these guys have reach, right? I am sure, but I want to double check because it seems like a good idea. We'll just get in there. I believe they need Azuri to beat us right now. Or Elvish Champion. I think Elvish Champion works too. I don't know if it's relevant that we put down counters. Maybe we should have held up Mana Leak. No, Elvish Archdruid is the reason I decided not to do that. Adds green for every elf they control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They'll have access to 11 mana. They are making the Goyfs quite small here, which is fine. If they don't have what they need, I believe they just die. But if they have what they need, we just die. Or do we? I didn't actually do the math. Probably. They can make as much mana as they need off of just this Archdruid. They get Azuri either through Coco, Cord, or just having an Azuri. Azuri enters the battlefield, then it's 5. Oh, maybe they can't. I'm thinking... I haven't worked out the math, and I probably won't bother unless they present Azuri. But I actually don't think we're dead to Azuri. They scooped! Wow, Huntmaster clutch. I know I say it all the time, but Huntmaster clutch, guys. Huntmaster clutch. They didn't show us any artifacts, so maybe they aren't running any artifacts or enchantments. Maybe it's just a small number. Elves has, in history, run Choke, which we don't want to see. I've also seen artifacts like Cloudstone Curio, I think, for some sort of combo, but maybe that's not necessary. And I'm thinking something like Phyrexian Revoker, which actually isn't great against us, so I'm not sure why I'm running Revelry in the deck right now. I'm going to think about that for a moment while heading to the internet to find out what they run. Let's see. MTG Salvation should be pretty helpful. Can I get a recent list? I suppose I could just go with MTG Goldfish. If they don't show me a list on this webpage, I will. There we go. I see a list. Phyrexian Revoker. Other artifacts, enchantments. Eidolon of Rhetoric doesn't matter to us. I think that's it. Spellskite. Spellskite is certainly worth killing. I don't know if it's worth running a Destructive Revelry over. Probably isn't. Although they can court it out. Usually I imagine they'd court out the thing that I actually want to kill. What do we want to do? We took that out. I don't think I bring in Disrupting Shoal, because we don't have that many ones. And we really want to be casting these Delvers. We're not super concerned with their 2s. We boarded out Spell Snare too, right? We didn't. Let's find that here. Let's board those out and be a little more linear with a couple Thought Scours, I think. Could that be good? Boarding out interaction for Thought Scours, that doesn't seem right. Spell Snare seems good on the draw, taking out a Dwynen's Elite before it hits the battlefield. Card for Destructive Revelry will be, I guess, just a Thought Scour. I'm really drawing blanks here. If I don't want Revelry, I don't think I want any other of these. Maybe Engineered Explosives, which actually is another good one for Spellskite, just in case. So let's run that on the draw against Elves in Game 3. Yeah, we'll keep it. It doesn't have a clock, which is a non-zero amount bad. We're going to kill the Elvish Mystic. Oh, now we're at a decision point. The choice between Serum Visions and Lightning Bolt was pretty easy. The choice between Lightning Bolt and Delver is significantly harder. If we kill this Elvish Mystic, we can totally screw them over. Bolt the Bird. That's all I'm going to go with. Bolt the Bird. Will I end up wanting double green? I think I actually might want to conserve my life total and just get a Steam Vents. Let's do that. Yes, this ends up conserving my life total because I will get a basic off of this Misty. As opposed to getting Stomping Ground, Breeding Pool Island, green, green, blue, blue, red. We can't Snap Bolt that yet, but we probably slowed them down. We're going to hold off on this. Although that makes playing Delver worse. Do I want to be super duper sneaky? We can let them go a little big and even hold up Spell Snare as a safety valve. Okay, so I'm thinking we Visions with, maybe we play Island Visions, give up some long-term Visions action, because I don't really want to play Delver before this Pyroclasm, and I really want to Pyroclasm them. It's a second Delver. God, that's tempting. Do I want engineered explosives? Another good safety valve. No? Question mark? Probably not. I don't think. I don't know, obviously. I don't want to play either of these Delvers. We're just going to hold up Spell Snare. I'm starting to think that they're not running Vizier of Remedies. I don't know if Elves used to run Devoted Druid. I'm not an Elves historian. It's possible we should have taken out the Druid with the Pyroclasm last turn just to keep them off of mana, but I am very interested in trying to blow them out. If they don't do anything else, this is in fact a blowout. Can I have a blowout? Play another elf? Oh yes. Oh sweet, sweet 3-for-1, can I have you? We're gonna get maybe just a breeding pool. Because this turn the forest is being used for Pyroclasm. Next turn we could debatably use it for Snapcaster Mage. It's not dead. Skadoosh! God, that was fun. Now we want a clock. And we have effectively aggro-controlled into the mid-range roll. Okay, that's a good thing to Spell Snare, but still. That's not a reveal. Do I want to start slamming Delvers or go for Snapclasm? I think we're going to slam Delvers. Let's get the clock on. End step, hold up Spell Snare. We're not attacking into that. There's no need. The opponent did end up having very few lands. Oh, that was such a good Pyroclasm. I don't want to be snap Pyroclasming here because then we kill off a lot of our own guys. I think that's fine. Not that I can interact with it. Them only getting 2 dudes is nice. Oh, they do have Vizier of Remedies. Cool. We need to kill that. They can make infinite mana right now. I can't stop them. I don't know what they're doing with their infinite mana. I'm going to hold up Spell Snare. Just like on MTGO, Xmage will make you click through things. If our opponent just shows us that we're dead, I will scoop, because I also don't want to sit here with them clicking through things. They cord for, I don't know. They cord for 3, we can't deal with it. It might actually be best to snap Pyroclasm, which would make me so sad because it equalizes the board. That resolves. Do they just get Azuri? They have an infinitely large... arbitrarily large. I'm just going to confirm that we are dead. It looks very much like we're dead. Yep. They did it. They did it. That is so sad. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That seems like a good one for me to rewatch later to figure out what went right, what went wrong. And I will see you guys next time. Maybe holding up Snapbolt would have been good, but they can Druid over that because you can't... Once the Vizier hits the battlefield, you can't kill the Druid without them getting priority, and then they just start comboing over your removal, unless you use something like Sudden Shock. So maybe you're supposed to keep up Snap Bolt, and Snap Bolt with Company on the stack, take out the Druid, hope they don't have Druid plus Vizier. I don't know. Hopefully I'll find out, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we see you next time. Bye, guys.